So today we are going to discuss word problem like this because I want to introduce mathematical idea behind this. James is 2 years older than Mark now. 5 years from now, their total age is 18. Now, how old are James and Mark now? Okay, so when you read a question like this, you have to see the important information in the question. For example, James is 2 years older, yeah, and then
5 years,
5
from
years
now,
from now,
and eight, and total age is 18.
yeah, that's true. So normally, when we solve the question like this, some people they prefer to use letter, or we call it unknowns, yeah. But let me start with something different. So for example, what I'm trying to introduce you is we are trying to put the this word problem into number lines, yeah. So here's the thing. It says here that James is 2 years older than Mark. So the first thing is, if you try to make like table, for example, this is the age of James, yeah, and then this is the age of Mark. Now it says here James is 2 years older, okay. Now for example, if the age of Mark, say it's 3 now, it's 1, sorry, it's 1. So what is the age of James?
3.
3, very good. Now if the age of Mark, say it's 2 now.
5.
5. Are you sure?
Oh wait, no, 4.
4. Yeah, because remember James is 2 years older. How about if the age of Mark is now 3?
5.
Okay, so you can always continue this table later, okay? So for example, if Mark is 4, James is 6, yeah? Now, the way we solve this is by plotting their age on the number line. But now look at this, because we have two people here, James and Mark, we will have two number lines that are perpendicular one another. So I'll put the horizontal number line for James, yeah, and the vertical number lines for Mark. So basically, this number line are the age of James and Mark, yeah. Okay, so this is the 0 and 0. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now look at this. Yeah, this is the age of Mark. 1, 2. So basically, we'll just have two perpendicular lines like this because we have two people in there. Okay. Now, from the previous table that we did before, yeah, for example, this and this, you can put these values, this number into this
3 and 1.
yeah, very good. So look at this. This is a point where the age of James equal to 3 and the age of Mark equal to 1, right? Now if you look at the other, yeah,
is
okay.
When it's going to
wait, look at this, no, no, look at the table again. The age of James, yeah, 4, and it gives the age of Mark
2.
So if the age of James 4 and then the age of Mark is 2, very good. Okay, so now if you look at these points, so for example, the first one, yeah, I will write down their age in this bracket. So for example, I write like this. this point equals to 3 and 1. So basically 3 is the age of whom?
James.
And 1 the age of?
Mark.
Okay. And now if you write down this point, yeah, that means 4 and 2, right?
James is 2, Mark is, I mean, James is 4, Mark is 2.
So now from these numbers, you can add the total. Basically, this is the total age of James and Mark. Here, for example, 3 and 1 give you 4.
6.
And then this give you 6, yeah? So now let's complete the other points, yeah? For example, according to the table that we had here.
5 and 3.
5 and 3. So here we have 5 and 3, yeah? So now if you look at this point, 5 and 3, what is the total age of them?
8.
8.
It's going up by 2s.
Going up by 2, very good. That means next one
is 4 and 6, which makes 10.
10. Okay, so this is 6 and 4, which makes 10, yeah? Because now in the question, it's given here that the total age is 18. So this is what we will find. You know, this is the total age, yeah? 4, and then 6, and then 8, and then 10. So you will have to find a point where give you the total equal to 18.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
So you know how 10 plus 8 equals 18? Maybe we could like use these like 5 and 6 to make 11, and then 4 and 3 to make 7. Oh wait, it doesn't make sense.
But if the age of James is 11 and you want to sum this at this, that gives you the age of Mark equals to 7. That means the difference, yeah, is by 4. So that's not true. So let's continue. Yeah? Basically, if you look at the numbers now, you will continue with the next
12.
one, which is 12. So that 12 is made from 7 and 5. Yeah, the age of James is 7, and then the age of Mark is 5. Now, can you continue so that at the end we will get 18?
Okay. 8 and 6. It makes 14.
Yes.
And then 9 and 7. It makes 16. And then 10 and 8. It makes 18.
Well done. So basically now we got the total age of James and Mark equal to 18 for this points, yeah? At this point, you know, that gives you the total age equal to 18, which is the same like what we want to have here, right? Okay. So if you look at this number now, and then you start to look at the age of James, there is 10 years old at that time, and then Mark is 8. Okay, but the thing is, we are trying to get the total the age of James and Mark now. This is the age of James and Mark 5 years later. You know what I mean? So 5 years later, the age of James is 10, and then the age of Mark is 8. Yeah. So if you talk about the age of James and Mark now, yeah.
Yeah, 5 years late.
5 years and
5 years later. So now Mark is 13 years.
No. See, this age here, 10 and also 8 is they are the age of James and Mark 5 years later.
Oh, so now, so if he was 5 years back, James would have been 5 and he would have been 3.
Very good. So that is the answer of that question. The age of James and Mark. Now, yeah, James is 5 and Mark
Is
is 3. Yeah, see, because now if you try to get their age 5 years later from this age, yeah, so 5
10 and 8.
years later, James would be 5 plus 5, which is 10. And then Mark would be 3 plus 5. So it's 8. Okay, and that gives you 18. So you see, this method is something that we can try to do all the time, yeah. But you know, what happened is actually you need to look at the relation between the age of James and Mark all the time, okay, and then from that you try to get the point where the total age equal to 18, okay. So we will do more practice with this later, yes.
Yeah.